Hello, my fellow extraordinary Americans. My name is Cosmos Dar, and this is Extraordinary America. What is Extraordinary America? Well, you see, America has always been about freedom, opportunity, and the pursuit of happiness. However, most Americans are not free when it comes to the financial front. Most Americans are suffering from financial slavery due to loss of jobs, stagnant wages, inflation, and debt. Wealth and income inequality is the norm now, and the middle class has all but disappeared. So Extraordinary America is about the abolition of financial slavery. It is about the financial freedom of the 99%. It is about the nation of immigrants and the descendant of immigrants restoring the extraordinary within themselves and setting themselves free. The path to financial freedom is through financial education. It is through becoming entrepreneurs and investors on the light side. In this podcast, I interview fellow Americans who fought against the odds. Many of them came from humble beginnings to see how they did it. It is my hope through these interviews that the extraordinary within you shall awaken and that you will abolish financial slavery from your life and realize the American dream. Once again, welcome to Extraordinary America. Welcome back to the show, my fellow extraordinary Americans. For today, we have a special guest, Joy Vanichkul. Joy is an entrepreneur, well-being specialist, yoga meditation teacher, as well as a former international supermodel and TV host. She's the founder and CEO of Wellness of Joy, where she helps people achieve balance, joy, and stress-free living using tools and techniques from Eastern ancient knowledge and Western evidence-based science. She's also currently launching her Intelligent Beauty Method program globally. Joy was born into a meditation family in Thailand. She began to meditate when she was just 7 years old and was very fortunate to be taught by one of the greatest meditation masters in the East. Her journey continued to the Himalayan mountains, where she was initiated into the ancient lineage of Himalayan masters by a great yogi. Joy began her modeling career at age 16 and quickly became one of Asia's top supermodels and TV hosts. With her entrepreneurial spirit, she created and opened Zens of Joy Spa. It was an instant success and grew into multiple locations. She also added a medical spa and beauty product lines, and the whole thing became a multi-million-dollar business with a team of 200 staff and 20,000 members. She received prestigious international awards for Best New Spa and achieved the highest sales award for her product line in Thailand. As a reward for her services, Joy was presented with the Medal of Honor by Her Majesty the Queen of Thailand. Joy is also a co-founding director for the meditation and yoga program at Tree Academy in Los Angeles, California. She, I'm really glad and honored to have her on the show, and I'm grateful that she's over here. Joy, are you there?
Hello, Cosmo. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm here.
Joy, we're really honored to have you on the show, and I'm really grateful you took the time to do this podcast with me. Um, so, so what I wanted to ask you is, I know that you're an entrepreneur, you're a well-being specialist, and like you're into spirituality and meditation. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, your background, and how you got started?
So when I was young, I was born in Bangkok, Thailand, and then I spent all those time living with my grandmother and my mother. But on my mother's side, they are all meditation family. Like everyone meditate there. So we are really the meditator. They meditate every day. That's why, like, since I was very young, I was just training. Actually, it's just before seven. It's just going to into my being, and meditation have been the foundation of everything I do in life. When I growing up, starting got found to be a model, and so very fortunate. I rise on the top of Thailand very very short time and stay there for a very long time. And then I found out that so many times of this fast lane of the modeling life and then actress and television shows and all those everything. I do everything. Television, on stage, host on the stage, host on the TV, film, and but mostly I love in modeling. but living in those like doing I started very very young since I was 16, and keeping up those like and working and being that fast lane, meditation has always helped me, to just maintain my ground, and then do to be able to think and do my business later on. So I founded my spa and wellness center in 2012, and then opening it for a very long time. So I owned that for 15 to 17 years. Since I've been here in the US, in my 10 years, I remember of those times I still have to contact with Thailand and manage from here. So that is my journey into the meditation, beauty, wellness, and consciousness. And on the consciousness part, so I was born in a meditation family, so I have so many great teachers who teach me. Of course, first it's from my grandmother, my great grandmother, who was a nun, and my mother, and also the meditation master in Thailand who are the abbot, like the lead of the monk in Thailand, in the biggest Buddhist temple. Also coming on, I meditate with him. Also, when I went into the Himalayas, which I met, that is my by Swami Vedavaradi. He had been initiated with me in the Himalaya institution tradition. So my lifelong is have been me so many gurus, Ramdas, Swami, Radna. I meet so many great gurus. That's why I feel like my life is on the path until I come here to learn about all the science as well.
Wow.
So yeah, that is a lot of things to say. I mean, yeah.
No, I'm really excited to like dive deep into this because like yeah, like normally like a lot of people in the West they think that spirituality is more like like woo woo, like it's just like something that you do as a hobby. But over here, we're clearly seeing that your spiritual practices have helped you in the material world and success in the real world and all of that. Can you tell the audience a little bit more about how like your spiritual practices have helped you in your businesses and like everything that you have done throughout your life?
Yeah, as I say that my family is very practitioner, meditation practitioner. So I started off with my grandmother, and then once when we are moving to be with my mother when I was in grade 4, I remember, you know, before I moved with my before when I was with my grandmother, she would take me everywhere, in the temple, staying there overnight. And I remember I stay on the shy and just wake up at 4 or 5, just meditate with them very little. And all the time she took me everywhere. And I love the feeling of it. Once I moved in with my mother when I was grade 4, she just like asking us, the three of us, I'm the youngest one, my brother, my sister, to just sit in front of the Buddha, and also the all the goddess and goddesses, and just we do the chanting every day, every night before we go to sleep. Like we cannot just not just go to sleep. Like we have to do at least half an hour chanting, half an hour meditation from that point onward. And I remember that one of the chanting of the in Buddhism is this one is the length is about 28 minutes. So I must chant, do the prayer at least almost an hour every day and meditate. So at that time, it just kind of like we cannot just, the kid, we cannot just go back to sleep because my mom would set that up. But I find out that because of that strong practice that I have since I was very young with my grandmother and my mother, it just really helped me so much. And as growing up, so many things in my life that going sideways, growing up a teenager, becoming very successful when I was teenager, and how to maintain that and not getting lost in those limelight, and then the name and outside thing, and stay grounded. And I think it's have to do with all my practice. And even though I do my businesses, business have up and down, and the way to maintain into my centering and became true to myself, and the feeling of like giving to others, and it's coming from the practice that I have when I was very young.
Wow, Joy. Like normally, like so like there's either people get too much into spirituality and then or they to get too much into the material world or the success and the limelight. You somehow manage to create a healthy balance between the two worlds, and that's one of the reasons like I love having you on the show because it is one of the rarest things that is out there. But can you tell us a little bit more about your journey into entrepreneurship and how you went from a model into like your spa business and how did you make it into the successful business that it was?
Since I was young, I always think that I'm a businesswoman. I always tell everybody modeling is my hobby, but it's kind of like the great hobby that I do it every day and making me so much money. But I think because of the training that I have since 16, 17, and all the way, and to be able to hang around with so many adults, and then like when you work is work, what kind of every work, modeling, anything is work, responsibility, discipline, everything have to come with it. So I think I learned so much how to be the good at the foundation of the businesswoman. And also, as I say, like I always invest in the stock market and just like setting on the learning about all the financial and other thing that is involved around business. So when I remember that when it's opportunity to come, and I realized that the one of the actually is at the gym, it just doesn't have the spa. And that time I was modeling everywhere on internationally to do the photo shoot for the spa. I have the chances to visit into one of the many of the best spa around internationally. So I was thinking like, wow, it's really calling me and feeling so. I feel so. I feel so. What can I say? I feel that it's such a my passion. I can do like okay, health, beauty, and wellness can come together. So that's why I opened my first spa in 2000, opened my door in 2013. But because of before that, I started to do starting my business a little bit here and there in real estate. And when I come into my own business in the spa, I really put my heart and mind into it. And since then, and it just getting successful since the first 6 months we get return of investment and get the money, all the money back. So I open second, third, fourth, sixth in this period of time, and growing out into, instead of only day spa, growing into medical spa, and another two product company. One of my product company is just this, of course, is this spa I imported from France. And another one, I just created all the 6 SKU product for slimming lifestyle all over Thailand. So it's quite a journey. And I didn't know I didn't know nothing else than just be entrepreneur. I love it. I love to create. I love to grow. And I feel that is that's a part of me as well.
So Joy, I really love this because you somehow managed to found like something that you're passionate about and you made it into like a multi-million-dollar business. A lot of people, a lot of women out there are into beauty, health, and wellness and all of that, but they're not able to figure out how to turn it into a business. So how would you advise like a woman who wants to go into that field and monetize what they're passionate about, which is beauty and health and wellness? Like, how would they go about doing that?
I think everything, all the businesses in the world start from one person, the ideas, right? When we have the idea and how we make that idea become alive. When I start the spa, it start from my idea. And thing actually is that I'm gathering all information already. When I'm traveling, I see this, what I like, what I don't like. I remember that my spa is one of the first urban spa that they look different, have different kind of energy, which is like I incorporating what I think that is will be working in them and the part of me. So I think like we all come down into to create it. I think that part of creation is very important. Some people just think, I'm going to create something, look at the market, and oh, this one is in trend, I'm going to do this. But they forget that it's not anything relating to them. I think the part of creation have to come from something that calling you from your heart and from every bit of you. And I think that to really, and it's kind of spiritual practice too, I think, right? To really know what do you want. You have to really dig inside, deep inside of us. And when we have that idea, we have to nurture it, right? We have to bring it to come alive. I remember like when I built spa, the same thing come off the creative idea. Oh, I want my spa to look like this and look like this, the flow like this, and manifest it. Like I remember I stare at the plan of the spa every day, like how to move in the room, how to creating the name and everything. I just keep on staring at it and staring at it and moving it. And then that's a part of creation. And I remember it so well that like I have that on my visualization on my mind first, and then I leave it that to the designer and leave it that to the further construction and to the clients. I have exactly the theme and the concept, what it's gonna look like, but it's exactly come from me. And that is the advice that I want to give it to everybody. When you want to do some business, just get it from here and expand out. And the next thing that is very important is you have to do it professionally. And of course, it starts from you, right? It starts from us creating one idea in our home. I start all of my business on the dining table. I just like I remember I start on my dining table in my apartment, and then again I start intelligibility on my dining table, and everything starts from here. But after that, we have to make it professionally, because you remember that you're gonna spend so much energy. Either you do it small or you do it big. I think that we spend at almost the same amount of energy. So if I recommend that you have to do the size of the business that is good size, that is worth of our own energy and life and anything that other people can come and help. If we can create very outer small business, and then of course it's going to take in longer time, and then it's no room of other people can come and help. They can do it in the beginning, but after that you have to plan. Now we have to see from the start to where we want to go, where we want to finish. I always, then my personally, I always work from the goal backward. I don't have anything in between, but I see the goal line. I see where I'm gonna start, and I move all the way to that. So that's in my recommendation for everyone to want to do business, and also just giving your best, giving your heart out. Is energy in everything we do. Whenever we give our energy, and it can become more and more and more. So that other people can even receive that. I think it's the same thing.
So, Joy, there's a lot of questions to ask over here. Like, I'm really impressed with the visualization and manifesting thing because, like, that is one of the advantage of like spiritual people. They're able to visualize and manifest really easily compared to others. But one of the things that a lot of women would have difficulty doing is like they have a fear of failure regarding like financing. Let's say they have an idea for their spa or their wellness or beauty business. Like, how are they going to get the financing, and then the fear of like financial failure? They have to overcome that fear. So how would you advise somebody to like somebody that wants to do that, to how would they overcome their fear of financial failure and figure out a way to get the financing for their business?
That is the very very my part, right? To be able to create something to make it successful, sometimes we need to have the strategy and plan. And that is something that is not only just visualization. Of course, it needs discipline, it needs a strategy, it needs a plan. What is our plan to go into the business in the first phase one and phase two and phase three, and what is involved in the phase one, two, three? When we are entrepreneurs, we just not have one hat. We have everything. We be in operation, marketing, sale, HR, I don't know, accountant, finance. So it seemed like that the role of entrepreneur putting us into, especially the small and medium-sized entrepreneur, right? We don't have much money to hire many people. We have to understand so many things in super fast way. And that is how like we are not good at everything. Of course, we have strength and we also have weaknesses. We have to be able to know what is our strength and what is our weakness, and how we're going to be smartly take that part of the our thing that we just not very good to do, but we have to understand that enough so we can tell other people and direct them to help us. So I think that entrepreneur just like putting onto this pie of responsibility, right? That's why you see not so many people like might be great at something, and when they like, okay, I'm gonna be great at this, I'm gonna walk out of the company and open the business on our own, and thinking about it can be success, but they don't see what is the back door of the business. Is a lot of things so that people might not be able to think and imagine before. And trust me, even I have 20 30 years 20 years in business, I still have to figure it out every day, because things change, right? Everything changes all the time. When I do business 17 18 years ago, and now it's not the same. Different kind of business. We have to be able to be up to date, understand, opening our mind and hear and see, and take a lot of kind of like moving between in our mind and our heart, moving back and forth at the same time. So we have to be able to train ourselves to be at the optimum. First, that's why like when I created Intelligent Beauty, my intention is just like to be able to help people to get into that optimum, the beauty, the power, so they be able to do so many things like creating business. And when we got from there, we operate at our best version. And talking about the business language, we can go for that. So many things, right? We need to understand about what is our investment going to go, what is the P&L. We have to be able to calculate how much money we're going to come in, when the money going to come in, and then how much money we're going to have. Like we have to be able to know the number. And I think number is a key for every business. And of course, there is another thing as well. So I'm talking about this physical world first, right? Number is the key. How we're gonna get all the number and just fall into it. We have to have the mechanical that it go in there, right? That as it's not. People might think that okay, yeah, you do this one, it's just not, and then we sell about this, and that is the differences is a margin, is a profit. Actually, it's not, because I'm consulting for the spa as well now. So I know, so many spa and medical spa owners, they might think that, okay, I have this price, I minus from the cost, and that is my margin. But actually, they don't really go deep into it. Like, what is the cost of service? What is it going there? We have to like very, very specific. And that is how we can know ourselves. How is our company? How it is? Are we doing the right thing? Are we just priced right? Are we just doing the strategy right? What about our marketing? And so many things in between. That is the business responsibility for entrepreneur. But I think the other thing that's very important for me is more important is to take care of that themselves. Because without us, there is no business, right? Many people that I advise, guide, consult, mentor, they always just like, okay, business first, and forget about themselves. But then they get into that place that they don't want to, they hate what they do. They don't want to get out anymore, want to just don't want to do anything. But because of they forget, like they take care of everything but not themselves. And I think it should be the other way around, as a woman, taking care of us first, not only inner, outer, in balance. That's the power. And then many things else to be very healthy, to feel good. I think the feeling great is a very great index about healthy. And right now, I'm so glad that so many people just start to be awakening into their own happiness and wellness. So it's getting more people more and more just like to ask about like what more in life than just only making money and living every day by day.
Joy, you make a very interesting point, right? When you're talking about like, okay, you have to give the value. Like from what I'm seeing is that you're service oriented. Like, how am I giving value to people? A lot of people when they're trying to start a business, I think, are focused on just the numbers and making the money. But like what they have to focus on is like the value and like the customers and what they're looking for at that particular time, right? But they don't usually like they're so focused on like like on the numbers that they forget about like what value am I giving the customers, and they miss the boat of that. But I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
Yes, of course, when you're creating something like about the communities, the customer, we have to be able, I think that's the key of the marketing and then strategy actually, to be able to understand our customer and value them. The more that we have to create something and product that when people buy it from us and they feel like the value is so much and so high until they're not even really make a thinking twice to getting this. And I have that on my mind all the time when I creating spa. I come here to Beverly Hills, to the Four Seasons Hotel, getting all of the best spa treatment all around the world from the in Bali, from the things that it cost people like a few $100s, right? In Asia, it's a lot of money. But when I'm getting that knowledge and just putting that into my spa, I charge them only like less than, I don't know, less than one of the quarter of the price, or even much less than that, 1/8 of the price, because of the value that they have. That's why my spa went so successful. And I think we can apply that to everything in life, right? When I create intelligent beauty, it's the same thing. And then I want to really have the value of the production. So I have to go back to Thailand, having the whole film to film and get this out. Not because I want to look good, but I want to just really tell people that there is a way to do something in quality and represent the beauty, wellness, and consciousness, what it should look like. It have to be inspire people to feel the same way. So I think that is the key.
No, that's like you make total sense on that. Like we have to think along those lines. But Joy, one of the questions I wanted to ask was, what is the biggest lesson you learned during your journey, like in your entrepreneurial journey and during your journey from a model to an entrepreneur? And like, what is the one thing that you learned that was like really significant and it stayed with you for the longest time?
Wow, just one thing. I think that there is a synergy of everything I do. I'm always look at myself like I'm changed so much from high school girl to the top supermodel, and come here and start and restart my life again in a new chapter of my life as a teacher and consultant. And I think the one thing that is I feel that is never change is is me, the inside of me. And I think that how people can conceive, like can receive towards and can receive toward them. And that is how to be my authentic self. And I think that is very important. When I grow up as a teenager, of course, I don't really have idea how I'm gonna be. I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be those again. I change my mind all the time when I see things. When I putting on the clothes of a model, I wear Chanel, and then I have to think about, okay, what the Chanel in the front really will look like. So I putting on this and I be everybody. But now I think it's the most important thing is that I learned is the best and the most powerful, effective way to do anything is to be yourself, because there is only you. There's nobody else that's the same as you. When you really find out who are you and what is your strength and what did you love, and you're giving that to the world, I think that is people gonna be very, first like very magnetized, but like want to come like to you and just want to, it's I think it's a thing that people want to learn from you, want to be around you. And that is a thing that I just want everybody to find out what is really go deeper every day. It's not easy. It's a journey as well to really find what our authentic self.
Yeah, I agree. Like you have to be authentic to yourself at the end of the day. I feel like a lot of people they go around the world, like go about their day, just like trying to live as other people expect them to be. Like they don't want to disappoint the society or the people around them. They want to be that they don't want their perception to be disappointing. But ultimately, you have to live your authentic self if you want to truly be happy in the long term.
Mhm. Yes, that is so true. And then, we learn it every day, like towards our everything towards our practice. And I think the practicing of spirituality or consciousness is a key to happiness too, right? When we want to find out our authentic self, I don't think that we really know in the beginning. It's like a journey. So the practice of consciousness is helping us to really go deeper and asking more questions.
No, totally. But Joy, before I wanted to ask you a question about like consciousness and happiness, but I wanted to first ask how, like, what was your story of you coming to America? Because I know like you've been in Thailand and you had a lot of success, but as at some point as an immigrant, you came to America. Like, what is the story behind that?
So I have a little boy then, was about 2 years old, and then have to bring him to study here because of that is limited of choice in Thailand. So I think LA is a beautiful. I live in LA. I love sunshine. The Southern California dream. So I love to be here. When I was study in my master degree, I was here too, and then I went back to continue with my modeling. So I came here to bring my son to school, and in the beginning we back and forth, and then end up. I didn't realize this is my 10 years already.
I see. So like, did you become like a citizen or like, or like, are you in the process of doing so?
Yeah, I just make my decision this year actually. So gonna become a citizen because I think that I feel like that I'm both now. Like I'm the eat meets West type thing. When I was in Thailand, I thought I'm very Westernized compared to my friend. When I came here, I feel like I'm so Asian compared to everyone. So I don't know who I am. So I think I probably in on the border on the balance line between both. So I think I would love to just like having my life here and there at the same time, so I can travel.
I know for the longest time, like I came to America as an immigrant, and then for 14 years, like I got my green card like in 2001, and then for like longest time, for like at least like 14 years, like I still had a green card, and then finally I made the decision that I'm going to become a citizen. But I also had an identity thing, like where I had an Indian nationality, but then I also like now I have like an American identity as well, and it's usually this cultural clash that eventually you assimilate the best of both worlds. But this is where I wanted to ask you. So, from as an immigrant, where you from the East, where you see the spirituality, and then you see like the business success that America has. What is your perspective on the combination of both in America?
Yeah, I just as I come from the very rich culture in spirituality in my and my family, and then the practice they have. When I came here, and it seemed like that, I really very impressive that like here everything. When I study of heart math, I become a heart math trainer, and then part of the training, and I just look at it like, wow, this is coming similar come from the Buddhism and the term of the teaching, talking about the emotion, mind, and everything is translated into more of the daily life. And I love it because of, when I was young, I studied about the Buddhism, and then I just like, I learned about practice. It's practical here to bring everything to in terms of the teaching for living life to be happier. Because remember now, right now, right, we're not living in, we're not living like all the yogis that's living in Himalayas or in the temple, in the forest. We are here, we are modernized people who want to have to be in the same happiness like all of those yogi in the Himalaya too. So I think that now we have so much of this technique and so much of thing that we can learn to feeling the same. And that is my passion. When I came here and then I started, wow, here people are very interested in a thing that is still, I think that is not deep enough from where I came from. Everything is just started here. And I want to bring more of what I learned to share with people. And I think that is to make it very simple, right? To make it like I don't know, I want to teach meditation, just like go to consciousness, just like driving the car. And thus everybody can do it. So that's why
So
everything I do, and then I file like, I meditate. I really meditate long. I can meditate for 3 or 4 hours. When I go for the workshop, I do that 3 or 4 hours in each round. And then I meditate generally for myself 1 or 2 hours in the morning, and then sometimes at night I can meditate very long. But I know that people don't have time to do that, or even won't be interested in do that. Just to say meditation is make them scared already. So I think my job, I really want to make it meditation fast but effective. So I
I
try.
don't I wouldn't understand why would people be scared of meditation. That wouldn't make any sense to me. It's just natural, you know? Yeah, but
Well, to being with themselves, right? I found that when I started to teach meditation in the beginning, for I met so many people who never be alone with themselves. They have to surround themselves with other people all the time because of fear, because of habits, because of so many reasons, and they got scared. I have friends who I just have to turn on the light all the time and go to sleep and have to talk to someone until they fall asleep, turn on the TV, and just like let we become friends every night. So many people and clients too that I met. But I think that meditation is kind of like get into the solitude, quiet silence. When we don't have the practice, it become strange and become this tradition that they never experienced before. That's why they don't like it. They don't like the feeling of it. So I think as a teacher, we have to be able to find anything that can help people get into the state. And I think meditation is just a tools, right? The tools to get into the higher frequency, to feel better, to change, the heart rate, the nervous system. Is everything that is gonna make our body into more of the reception, in the parasympathetic. And that change we can do it through many things. Now they have so many technology like sound technology, breathing. It's so many things that we can do to reach into that state, or for the preamble that's the most difficult. And I think when the people get into the meditative state, it's all happiness. And if they can make themselves toward shattering their mind, be quiet and centering, if they can last for that long, when hit into that meditative state, it's just bliss. They can stay. It's only that preamble part that I love. That's what my mission in the first few years, to just fight everything to cut that preamble, to make it seamless to it, so everybody can meditate, even for a short term.
Joy, one thing I've noticed about you is that you're like like so like American identity, it's an immigrant entrepreneurial identity with the goal of the pursuit of happiness. You are here embodying like through all of these identities because you came here as an immigrant, you have an entrepreneurial spirit, and you're also like pursuing happiness through meditation. So if you had to advise Americans right now on what is the best way to pursue happiness with all of the experience that you have right now, like in their goal of pursuing happiness, how would you advise them to do so?
I just want to welcome everyone to just start to go and deep into themselves, you know, value themselves more and more, start to curious about what are they, starting into all direction, balance the inner and balance the outer, the feeling, the beauty, the courage, everything about the inner and outer, and get in balance or in harmonies, so that they're gonna find something they can hold on. They find themselves. I believe that when we are really find ourselves, that strength and the courage and the confidence gonna start to come. People are gonna start to look at themselves in the different way, walk the different way, think the different way, right? The only thing that you think, like, how can I feel and keep all of this feeling? How can I be at this state more and more, and extend that state more and more, whatever that state means to you, and get in those feeling of of happiness, those feeling of joy, those feeling of gratitude, appreciation, and love, and expand it into yourself more and more. And I think that that is a key thing to all the world happiness and success. Actually, we start with themselves. I know that many of you can hear this. People talk about this self love. Like, we heard about self love all the time, but actually, if you're thinking about, like, unapologetic self love, there's so much deep layer than that. It's not just the self love, but the totally fond of you and love yourself. Love yourself means that you're not going to harm yourself. Love yourself means that you can give yourself um, um, forgiveness in everything we do. And just start from that spot. I think that is powerful to kind of bring back everything that your heart desires.
Joy, that's amazing, and I agree with it. But there's like some people in the Western world that think that consume by like buying things or like having a mansion and or having the newest Ferrari or just like through materialism they can have happiness. So like I know that you're a successful entrepreneur and you've also been in the meditative state. If somebody came to you with a conversation where they're like, oh, I looked on the TV and like they're all telling me that I gotta buy this to be happy or I gotta buy it because that's like the culture today, right? Well, what would you tell to that person?
I think things, like materials, everything around us, big house, big car, and everything that big handbags, shoes, clothes. I think everything that is called things around our life, I don't have anything against it. I think that it depends on the choice of that person. But someone who make that choice, they have to make the choice from the full embody that stage, right? They make the choice from the happy stage. I heard so many people just went to the gym and then to just want to in the wrong attitude, just like want to just, okay, I want to look skinny, and then just because of they hate themselves. But if we are buying thing, having thing, everything materialistic, in the right attitude, in the attitude of love, because of we love to have things, we want to love, have the big house, we want to love, it's come from love, and everything is possible, right? It's just, I think there are endless possibility for us. And I think that everybody shouldn't feel guilty about what who they are. We are all different. It doesn't mean thing can measuring that we are better than anybody else, but because we are different, right? Our happiness are different. Your happiness is different. My happiness is different. Maybe you want to collect cars, but for me, I collect bag of shoes, or I collect land. We are all different. So find out whatever make your heart sing, and just give yourself permission to it, and go into that. It's just not going get things for your happiness. You be the happiness one first and go get things.
That is awesome, Joy. Yeah, I think everybody's trying to find happiness in their own way, but like ultimately, we realize that like even though we're looking at the external world, like what you're talking about in the regards to meditative state, from my own personal experience, like that brought more happiness to me than, at least for me personally. Like I cannot speak for others, but like that gave me more happiness than anything else because it's just something that comes from like within, and happens over a more longer period of time. But yeah,
Yeah. So that is also we share the same thing. That is also my foundation, Now I meditate, sit down, close my eye, meditate, and also walk in meditation. I try to put the meditation practice in all day on my living. Like and do hiking, just like I'm walking it, put into my states of the raising frequency vibration, put myself into feeling good and going out into nature. So I think that is a key of practice. And I think we are different, right? I used to have so many friends and then students who love to meditate on the kind of the fast music. And then somebody just find the meditation to dance to. And I think like we are all different soul and find something that you feel that is make your the index is to make you happy, make you feel that you're lighter, make you feel that you have the more of the positive outcome in your life. And I think stick to that and start to expand more and more of that.
No, totally. No, I agree with that. But Joy, on a different note, I was really curious as to ask you about like how you got the Medal of Honor from the Queen of Thailand. Like when I read that, I was like, I have to ask Joy because I really want to know the story about that.
So as a models, I just very, very fortunate to be able to serve the previous Queen of Thailand for a long time. And the thing is like when she have the other king or queen from other country come or they have the reception in any of the palace. So I have the chance to represent her her, the Thai seal of her foundation so many times. And then because of we are the group, a certain group of 8 of us that we are having a chance to serve that. So it's my honor to me and my family that I have a chance to do that many places. And even when she on the state visit to France and to China, so I have chance to do that too. And yeah, that's where we come we get the honor, the medals of that from our work that we have been done into it. And I got twice that to get one level higher. So that is something that I keep into my heart and to have a chance to be able to to not only be representing her foundation and just to be able to see her work and other people to appreciate in our Thai silk.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Joy. A lot of people like when they think of Queen, they only think of like the Queen of England. So like, I personally didn't know that there was a Queen in Thailand. I thought the monarchy was gone in that part of the world, but apparently
Wow.
the
We have the
monarchy.
longest monarchy in the world.
Wow, that's something new that I learned today. So yeah, yeah. So Joy, can you
And
tell me?
she and our queen, she was just I think that's one time she was all of the press called her as the most beautiful queen in the world.
Wow, that awesome. Yeah. I definitely need to go to Thailand at some point and just like understand the culture and get to know more about it. You know, like I've heard about good things about it from a lot of people. So I definitely want to get to know more about that place. But
Mhm.
so Joy, can you tell me and the audience a little bit more about your Wellness of Joy and what it does?
So Wellness of Joy is my business, is my company. Wellness of Joy contain of all the the program that I created, and my first program that created is Intelligent Beauty Method. So we offering all the whole beauty wellness consciousness workshop, and another business that involves around it.
Okay, can you elaborate more on like the intelligent beauty method so like the audience can know what it is about?
Intelligent Beauty Method program is just about the concept of just I just explained to you all. Actually, it's about all my teaching. Actually, it's about how to utilize the 3 pillars of beauty, wellness, and consciousness into life. And because we know that when we are, our true beauty is come from our inner qualities, but when it's emerging and then coming out to balance with the power, influential of the power of outer beauty, that is intelligent beauty. And I think that is the power that so many people doesn't know, that people have the misperception about beauty. Because sometimes, like I do, when I started to create this program, I did um, a research on so many level of people and asking themselves, and I found that 98% of people had a misperception on beauty. So either they don't really appreciate their own beauty, either their inner beauty or outer beauty. You know, like outer beauty. Some of in America actually here is called it's been um, thing as something that is the same like material, right? It's something that not good. That's something that is kind of the devil actually, like woman that being just only get into that. But because of they didn't know and they use it in the wrong way, or they don't understand the power of it yet. So because of my career as more than 20 years in the modeling, I understand the power of it. If you use it in the right way, it can help uplift that person in the short periods of time. And it's one thing, it's not that difficult. It's so easy to apply because people don't know. And why immerse in the inner quality of us to be, come to a compassion, more kindness, and more care of the beautiful person of inner quality. And it's taking time to immerse. And that is through the practice of it, what we say from the Eastern, from meditation, from understanding, from breathing, from gratitude, and all the practice that we have. When both of this quality coming in and in balance and in harmonize, and that people is just like unstoppable, and that people is considered is as staying in their own unique authentic self, and they can shine, and it can be anything that they think that we want in the life is true beauty. So that is my passion, to really really make everybody in the world understand about their true power. I feel that the beauty have been neglecting or misperception for a very long time, and I think that is my responsibility, because I was in both world, right? In both world, and I have to come out and really tell people about this is their wealth, this is their asset, this is the thing that we all have, to immerse the true beauty, the inner quality, and the true outwardly from the practice. And it's just that gonna be able to, when it comes to reach everything they want in their life, they're more happy, reach their desire. And of course, when we are happy with ourselves, we are appreciate our own authentic self and beauty, we can create so many things in the world.
That is awesome, Joy. Like, I mean, like a lot of people think of beauty as just external beauty, but over here you're talking about inner beauty and like perception, all of that, which is definitely a new take. So yeah. I mean, like
Yeah,
normally a lot of people talk about like inner beauty, but like in reality, like their actions, they are just into external beauty and the superficial stuff. So
yeah.
I'm glad that that you have passion for this, you know?
Yeah, because so many societal standard, right? The trend change. The people when they see that I'm in fashion, I know, like trend keep on changing, and then because of whoever um identify that trend or manage that trend or having the benefit of the trend changing, and that's why people just see that how can I change when the trend all change. And of course, you can if you don't know your authentic, unique self. You don't have the practice of inner beauty, and it's hard to follow all of these trends. And ask, like, do we have to necklace all of this, or we are just like open our mind into more, cultivating our quality to beauty is not just about one thing. Beauty is everything. Beauty is between in and out, and beauty is not skin deep. So I would call it the virtue of beauty. Happy be beauty to sleep all amongst. Beauty is in everything. So when people feel that they are beautiful, they can see the beauty that's around others and around everything around them too.
That is awesome, Joy. So, Joy, how can our audience connect with you and get to know more of you and the work that you're doing?
I have everything that I do in my website at wellnessofjoy.com. And then you can reach me by emailing me at joy@wellnessofjoy.com or coming to all my social media at Joy Vanichkul, Vanichkul. It's a little bit difficult, but you will find me there.
That's awesome, Joy. Joy, I'm really grateful that you took the time to be a guest on this podcast because I'm sure that my audience had a lot of knowledge to glean with your experience in both like the meditation arena and also in entrepreneurship and business. And I would definitely want you to come back on the show at a later time.
Thank you so much, Cardinal. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, and I want to conclude this show by telling my fellow extraordinary Americans that hey, there's an extraordinary within each and every one of us. It's our duty to awaken it and unleash it. Until next episode, bye for now. Hey there, everyone. Thank you for watching Extraordinary America. If you like what you see, please do subscribe to our podcast and share it with others. Remember that the best investment that you can make in your lifetime is in your own financial education, for it is knowledge that truly sets you free. Also remember that your purchasing power is being diluted through inflation, and then the practical thing to do is to protect the loss of your purchasing power by investing in precious metals or the right cryptocurrencies. Also, never forget that you are an extraordinary American. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.